Welcome to Picture Healer channel. In this video, we are going to look at the quarter 2 of 2025, the I-Ching forecast for the animal signs. And this video will have the first 6 animal signs. And in the next video, we'll talk about the second half of the 12 animal signs. We know the I-Ching or the Book of Change can be used as fortune-telling tool. And I'm using it similar to the tarot card reading. I pick out one of the 64 hexagram for each animal sign. And I also pick one changing line. So that'll give you more specific detail and change to a new hexagram. The new hexagram can mean the ending or more toward the end of the 3 months. So that will be closer to June. So let's get started. The first animal sign is rat. And the I-Ching hexagram I pick out is number 64. That's called the incompletion or unfinished or unfulfilled. This is the last one of the 64 hexagram. It means unfinished business. Even though it's the last hexagram, it doesn't mean it's the ending. There are still unfinished business, and the cycle will continue. We'll return to the first hexagram, and the cycle will start again. The number 64 is kind of a mixed luck. It shows that things are out of place and a little chaotic and unstable. You haven't reached the goals you try to achieve, and the journey continues. It can show some worries because things are not clear and you don't see the result yet. But it doesn't mean the future will be bad. There is still hope. You just need to keep going. And the changing line I pick is number 3. And we always count from the bottom up. Each line is also called one yao. So the third yao is an yin line. We change to yang line. That change to a new hexagram. That's number 50, cauldron. So let's look at the changing line, the third yao first. There is a related story or some statement related to each line. And the third yao in this 64 hexagram shows that we are still in process. The river is not crossed yet. There is danger around. So we need to be more careful, avoid reckless action, and focus on finishing the current job. And after the changing line, the new hexagram is a cauldron. The cauldron means establishing the new. It will be a new beginning, new power. And just like the 3-legged cauldron, it will be more stable and more harmony. Since the new hexagram represents the ending or the result, that means the end of quarter 2 for the red animal sign, there will be new beginning, more stable power. You can focus on building up your foundation, working with the right people, and build up your ambition. In the beginning, the number 64, incompletion, shows it's not the time yet and you still have to be more careful and keep going, but the ending will be very positive. So that's the overview of the red animal sign for the second quarter of 2025. And the second animal sign is ox. For the I-Ching hexagram, I have number 4. The number 4 is inexperienced or immature beginner. So it shows this is a beginning stage and it's still immature. And just like a little kid, it's better to learn with a good attitude and open mind, and then you will improve step by step. And the changing line I have is number 1. That's the yin change to yang. So that becomes number 41, diminishing. Now we'll look at the changing line of number 4, the inexperienced. In I-Ching, this line talks about the best way to educate a child. We need to show both positive and negative examples. And we need to be a little bit more strict so the kid will know what's the right thing to do and avoid the wrong things. So basically, this number 4 hexagram, the inexperienced, is about the importance of education and learning and know what's the right way to do and what's the consequences if you don't do it the correct way. So after the changing line, it becomes number 41, the diminishing or damaging or sacrificing. In appearance, it means pretty negative. You are losing and sacrificing, but it can be positive. This hexagram is more about sacrificing oneself for bigger goals or sacrificing the lower level people for the benefit of the whole group. So if the diminishing and the sacrificing has a good cause behind, it is still lucky, and the sacrifice will be temporary. For the short term, it might appear that you are losing, but for the long term, it's still positive. So that's the energy toward the last month, around June 2025. Next, we have the third animal sign, the tiger. The I-Ching hexagram for tiger for the second quarter is number 16, the thunder earth happy anticipation. This can mean joy or thinking over and preparing for the future. Overall, this is an auspicious hexagram. You are preparing the future with happy anticipation, and it's a good time for a new beginning. It shows harmony, happiness, and peace. The changing line is number 3, the third line from below. The yin line is changed to yang line. So the new hexagram is number 62, the thunder mountain small surpassing or small exceeding. The I-Ching talks about the third yao for number 16, the joyful anticipation. It says looking for happiness the wrong way can cause regret. So if you find yourself in the wrong path or going toward the wrong direction, it's better to change now to prevent any regret. The true happiness comes from your effort and your sincere and honest attitude. If you're not following the right attitude and effort, it can cause problems. The new hexagram, the small surpassing or small exceeding, or it can mean small mistakes or exceeding the limit. It means there is a little bit over the limit and there is a small mistake or small danger. And for this hexagram, the I-Ching talks about it's better to return to your original path or return home so you have support of family member and you have peace and safety. If you continue going forward, there will be danger. So the small exceeding means slightly overboard and making small mistakes. It's not serious, but it's something need to be corrected to return to the right path, and you'll continue to have good fortune. So that's the second quarter for tiger. The next one is rabbit. I have I-Ching number 55, the abundance or prosperity. This is a very auspicious hexagram. It means you are at the high point. Both thunder and fire are bright and powerful. So you have very good fortune, financial luck, success, and a good harvest of your effort. This is one of the best I-Ching hexagrams. The changing line I have is number 2, so that changed the second yao from the yin to the yang line. And the new hexagram is called the Great Strength. Number 34, the Thunder Heaven Great Strength, or the Great Power. And let's look at the changing line. That's the second yao of the number 55. At this point, or the second yao stage, it says the sun is covered by clouds. and taking action can bring jealousy. So keep a good attitude, stay true to yourself. Being sincere and honest will bring good fortune. So at some point later, the sun can be covered by the dark clouds, and there will be some jealous people. But if you keep a good attitude, it will still be lucky. And the new hexagram, the great strength, it's almost the same as number 55. It means abundance, prosperity, and very positive energy. So this is a good time to take action and be more active and work on your ambitions. This hexagram is the thunder and heaven. Both are very strong and positive. But there's a tendency of a strong beginning but a weak ending. Things might look stronger in appearance compared to the reality. Both before and after the changing line, the two hexagrams are very auspicious. So rabbit signs have very good fortune in the second quarter of 2025. The next sign is a dragon. The I-Ching hexagram is number 3. It means uncertainty or uncertain beginning or slow progress or stagnation. So basically, this is the beginning stage. Things are still unclear. It is still chaotic. And it's just like the birthing of a baby. The process can be difficult, but in the future, you will still be lucky. So at this time, it's still challenging. There's no clear plan. Avoid taking big actions or taking too much risk. And this is a good time to build good relationships and build a strong foundation and prepare for the future. The changing line is number 1. And after the changing line, the new hexagram is number 8, the Water-Earth Alliance. Or it can mean connection, network, or union. So we'll look at the first Yao, the changing line first. For the first Yao, the I-Ching describes that there are some big stones piling outside the house, and it's not time to take action. It's better to stay home and build a solid foundation right now. And it's lucky to get help. There are obstacles outside, and it's not right time to take big actions. It's better to be more conservative and focusing on building up the foundation. And if you can get the help of a wise or experienced person, it will be even better. The new hexagram, the number 8, Alliance, it's about building good relationships with other people and working together, collaborate, network, and build a stronger group to achieve bigger goals. So this hexagram shows peace and harmony and the importance of working with other people and combining different talents. So this is a very lucky hexagram. That means around June, you'll have better luck and you can work with other people to have bigger progress. So for the second quarter, for the dragon, it shows from the uncertain beginning until working with like-minded people and combine different talents to advance your goals. The number 6 animal sign is snake, and I have number 10 hexagram that's called stepping carefully. It means to proceed carefully because there might be danger. And the number 10 hexagram, the I-Ching always talk about stepping on tiger's tail. If you're not careful, you might step on tiger's tail and it can be very dangerous. This hexagram also talk about keeping promises. If you notice you are making mistakes, just make corrections and change your attitude so we don't offend other people and keep a good relationship. If we have a good attitude, the small mistakes can be forgiven, so the problems will be reduced. The changing line is number 5, So it's the 5th line. We change from yang to yin. The I-Ching talks about the 5th line of the number 10, stepping carefully. It says traveling forward without proper preparation can be dangerous. It's better to follow the right principle and have the right attitude. That will avoid danger. So avoid any reckless actions, avoid taking risk during this time. And if you find yourself making mistakes, just correct it right away. With good attitude, you will still be forgiven and there will be no misfortune. And the new hexagram is number 38. It's called opposition or divergence. The bagua on the top is called the fire and the bottom is lake. So one is fire, one is water. It shows two conflicting energy. And it means opposition, conflicting, and scattered energy. Usually that means two different parties conflicting with each other. Different people have different ideas and they are starting to fight. And during this time, there is more possibility of misunderstanding and the negative people that can cause hidden problems. So this is not a peaceful time. There's a tendency for argument, conflict, fighting, and deception. At this time, it's okay to work on smaller projects or smaller goals instead of major long-term goals. The small projects will still be lucky. And it's time to focus on your daily responsibilities and focus on keeping harmony and avoid conflicts. Try to understand other people's point of view and find a common ground. So that will prevent wasting energy fighting and you can make some progress. So those are the general luck and I-Ching's advice for the quarter 2, April, May, and June of 2025. In the next video, we will talk about the next 6 animal signs. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.